Okay, so what is statistics? Statistics is a science of understanding data. Understanding data. It helps us collect, organize, and make sense of information. For example, if you want to know the average marks of your class, statistics helps you calculate it. Without statistics, data is just numbers, and with statistics, numbers tell a story. There are two main types of statistics: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics tells you about the data you have. It summarizes data using numbers, tables, or graphs. So it gives us the information about the existing data we have. For example, the average age in our class is 20 years, or most students scored between 70 to 80 marks. While inferential statistics helps you make guesses about a bigger group using a smaller sample. For example, if you survey 100 people in a city about their favorite food, you can predict the trend for all 10,000 people. Why statistics is important? Because it makes sense of large amount of data and it helps make better decisions in business, healthcare, technology, and more. And it helps identify patterns, trends, and differences. For example, a company can see which product sells the most and produce more of it. There are two types of data: qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative data is in words or labels. And inside qualitative data, there are two further types: nominal and ordinal. Nominal data means names or labels, for example, favorite color, red, blue, green, while ordinal tells us the ranked data, for example, satisfaction, low, medium, high. On the other side, quantitative data tells us about the numbers that we can measure. And in quantitative, there are two further types: discrete and continuous. In discrete, numbers are countable, for example, number of students in a class. And in continuous, numbers are measurable, for example, height, weight, temperature. Okay, now let's discuss some most important statistical concepts. A. Central tendency, the middle of the data. It includes three things: mean, median, and mode. Mean is just the average. Add all the numbers and divide it by the total count. Median is the middle value when numbers are arranged in any order. Mode is the value that appears the most often, or simply most repeated value. For example, test scores include 60, 70, 70, 80, and 90. Mean is just the addition of all divided by 5 equals 74. Median is 70 because that's the middle value. Mode is 70 because it appears the most. B. Spread. How data is scattered. It includes few things like range, variance, and standard deviation. Range is just the difference between highest and lowest. Variance and standard deviation tells us how much the data spreads from the average. For example, if one class has scores 50 to 100 and another has 70 to 80, the first class is more spread. And don't worry, we are gonna cover every single important statistical concept in this playlist. This is just the introductory video. C. Probability. The chance of something happening. For example, flipping a coin has a 50% chance of heads. It helps in making prediction in real life and data science. D. Correlation. How two things are related. There is either positive correlation or negative correlation. In positive correlation, two things either increase together or decrease together. For example, if you study more hours, you will get more marks, and if you study less hours, you will get less marks. Negative correlation is when one increases and the other decreases. For example, more the stress we have, less we sleep. And how statistics is used in data science? It is used in a lot of tasks, like data collection and cleaning, making sure data is correct and ready. For example, removing duplicate survey answers or fixing missing values. And it is used in explorative data analysis or EDA, exploring data with statistics. Example, checking which month sales are highest using graphs. It is used in hypothesis testing, checking if a guess about a data is true. For example, do customers prefer product A over product B? Predictive modeling and machine learning, using data to predict future outcomes. For example, predicting house prices based on size and location. Decision making. making choices based on data instead of guessing. For example, if a company deciding which product to produce more. These are some real life applications of statistics. Healthcare, predicting diseases outbreak, patient recovery. Business, forecasting sales, analyzing customer behavior. Technology, evaluating AI and machine learning models. Social science, analyzing surveys, trends, and population data. Key takeaways. Statistics is the backbone of data science. It helps us understand, analyze, and explain data clearly. Even simple statistics, mean, median, mode are powerful tools. Learning statistics is essential for anyone working with data. Thank you so much.